What's up, guys? Welcome to the 24th race of the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. We're right here in Michigan at the Michigan International Speedway, the Leewhan County, Michigan. The Michigan International Speedway is a 2-mile D-shaped oval with an infield as well. So this week, the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series are in action. The NASCAR Xfinity Series returns this week after a long break, but they are back. And the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is off this week, and they will return for their first playoff race at the Milwaukee Mile next Sunday. So that should be interesting. Now, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be run on Saturday afternoon for the Cabo Wabo 250. 125 laps, 250 miles. Now, last year's winner, John Hunter Nemechek, will try to win again from his 2023 victory. Justin Allgaier and Cole Custer are 1-2 on top of the leaderboard in the playoffs and will try to extend their playoff lead. Meanwhile, at the cutoff point, Sammy Smith is 8 points from getting into the playoffs. Brandon Jones and Fast Pasta as well need really good finishes here to try to get into the playoffs. So, now the NASCAR Cup Series will run on Sunday for the Firekeepers Casino 400. That's 200 laps, 400 miles. Now, Chris Buescher and RFK will try to win another one as well after winning in 2023. Now, Kyle Larson is the points leader and the playoff leader and would love to get a victory here to extend his lead. Now, Bubba Wallace is 3 points ahead of the cut line, but Ross Chastain is right below the cut line, and he would love to get in the playoffs here. With all the events last week, what happened after the race at Richmond, or the last couple laps at Richmond, the standings look a little bit different than what you might have seen right after the race was over, but we'll get into that later. Now, here are the paint schemes for both series, and when I return, I will give you my favorite paint schemes of the week. We'll recap Richmond really quick and some very important NASCAR news to go with Richmond and my picks for this week. So let's check out the paint schemes and let's go. Hope you enjoyed those paint schemes. Now, for every week, I pick my favorite paint schemes, and you guys always tell in the comments below who your favorite paint schemes are this week. Here they go. For the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I like that number 7 Justin Allgaier Hellman's Chevrolet. Yes, I've picked that one before. And then the number 51 Jeremy Clements Wings Etc. Grill and Pub. Who loves chickens? I mean, they look awesome. So I've picked that one as well. Now, for the NASCAR Cup Series, Daniel Suarez is showing his undies this week. It was Ross Chastain last week. This week it's Daniel Suarez and that number 999 Jockey Infinite Cool underwear. So I love also that 45 Tyler Reddick McDonald's Toyota, and then number 1 Ross Chastain Trackhouse always has the paint schemes going on. Ross Chastain's Busch Light Peach Chevrolet. Also, gotta love that number 38 Todd Gilliland Pickle Ford. That one's pretty cool too. So, all right. So here is a recap, really quick, of Richmond. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series ran on Saturday night under the lights, and Christian Eckes was on the pole. After a quick first stage, the lead came out. Ty Majeski comes out and wins 2 in a row for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. So he is really hot going into the playoffs. Daniel Dye squeezes into that last playoff spot, and he finishes 10th. Tanner Gray doesn't make the playoffs. His brother does, so that's kind of rough. But should be interesting next week as they kick off their playoffs at the Milwaukee Mile next Sunday after Daytona. Also note, Matt Crafton did not make it to the playoffs. Been the first time forever that he hasn't made the playoffs. But unless something huge happens here between these 3 drivers, Heim, Eckes, and Majeski, I don't see anybody else winning this title. It's going to come down to these 3 guys. So. All right, Sunday the Cookout 400 had 2 different stories. One was the Reds and the Yellows. We heard Reds and the Yellows all night long. Yellows were more wear, but not as fast. Had more wear, so they held on a long time before running out. Especially on the Richmond ground was pretty rough, but they didn't wear out as fast. Now the Reds, they were a fast tire, but they wore out pretty quick after about 45 to 50 laps. So NASCAR allowed teams to decide what tire you were going to be on throughout the race. Most in the beginning of the race stayed with the yellows. And then in the first stage, Christopher Bell wins the first stage really quick and caution free. Stage 2 was won by Daniel Suarez, but he was pushed because the crew chief put the Reds on him and he stayed up front for a good amount of the time, and he wins stage 2. Now, only 3 cautions in this race, but it made it go by really quick. But in the end, the controversy begins. Late caution comes out, Stenhouse and Priest right in front of Austin Dillon, the leader. And Austin Dillon, who was fast in practice, fast in qualifying, had not many 2 laps to go, but Joey Logano takes the lead on a last restart here after the Ryan Priest Stenhouse accident, and Joey Logano gets the lead. Now, last lap, Dillon dives bombs into turn 4, nailing Joey Logano from the back. He spins, he wrecks. Denny Hamlin's in third. He tries to go around Dillon, and Dillon right hooks Hamlin into the wall. Dillon takes the lead, and he wins the race. Now, lots of controversy. A lot of people saying, oh my gosh, this can't be happening. Lots of people had their own comments about stuff on different podcasts and all that stuff. But in the end, NASCAR ends up saying that he can keep the win. And he gets in the playoffs. So everybody's happy. Austin Dillon, having so much fun on pit road and all that stuff. But Logano and Denny Hamlin were very angry on their pit road post interviews. But we didn't see Logano almost hit. But one thing you did not see was Logano was mad at Austin Dillon's team and Austin Dillon. He was doing burnouts on pit road and almost hit people on the pit road. And a fine came after that, but Austin Dillon wins. Now let's get quickly into the NASCAR news that ties into this. First item is Austin Dillon, according to NASCAR, wins the Cookout 400 but does not qualify for the playoffs after extensive looking into this and different views and all that stuff due to his actions on Sunday, violating section 12.3.2.1b of the rule book that says race finishes must be unencumbered by violations of the NASCAR rules or other actions detrimental to stock car racing or NASCAR. And also, the 3 team was docked 25 points in drivers' points and owner standings, and it really hit a hit. Plus, his crew chief has been suspended for 3 races after overhearing him on the radios, car radios, saying, wreck him, wreck him. So, NASCAR has really put the pedal down on this number 3 team, RCR in general. But RCR has appealed. We'll see what happens after that. But right now, Austin Dillon is not in the playoffs. He does get the win for the Cookout 400, but he does not win. Now, Joey Logano, he's been fined $50,000 for his actions in the Cookout 400 after the race was over. So lots of controversy there. I think NASCAR has opened a can of worms with this one. It's going to be very interesting down the stretch on how teams race each other and how is that going to be looked upon. Is it worthy of a disqualification if you win or whatever? So should be interesting to see how that goes. Now, also Eric Jones has decided to stay at Legacy Motor Club. So there's the other news that we heard this week. All right, so here is my picks this week for the NASCAR Cabo Xfinity Series Cabo Wabo 250, Cabo Wabo Tequila 250. I'm going to go Sam Mayer. I don't know. I just have this feeling about Sam Mayer. Lots of talk of him not coming back to Junior Motorsports. Last week, I think Mayer pulls this one off. He finished 5th last year here in Michigan. He has 2 wins already on the year, and I think he wins. I like Sam Mayer. I see you, Mayer, for the win. Now, in the NASCAR Cup Series, I'm going to go Ryan Blaney. Yes, there's a Ford track. Now, Chris Buescher and RFK Racing, they dominated, and but I think it's going to be a Ford, but I just don't think it's RFK Racing this time. Maybe Keselowski. I want to say Keselowski, but I'm going to go Ryan Blaney for the win, and I don't think RFK is hotter than Ryan Blaney right now, so I think Ryan Blaney takes the win. Now, my dark horse here is going to be Brad Keselowski for the Cup Series. A Ryan Blaney winner, Brad Keselowski, Cup Series, dark horse. And on the NASCAR Xfinity Series, I was going Sam Mayer. Let's go Allgaier. Let's still go Junior Motorsports. I'm going to go Allgaier for the win. He's my dark horse pick. So Sam Mayer and then dark horse pick Justin Allgaier. So, all right. So there are your all the stuff from last week, my picks, all the news, all the controversy news. But now, so you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying on Saturday afternoon, followed by NASCAR Xfinity Series race, the Cabo Wabo Tequila 250. And we'll be bringing you flag-to-flag coverage for that. And then on Sunday, the Firekeepers Casino 400. So that should be fun too. Flag-to-flag coverage for you on that too as well. So you know the paint schemes. You know what races we're going to be streaming. You'll know the times when we post them. And all you have to do is show up. And possibly this weekend, we're probably going to have another drawing for the winner because our good friend Kenny Reagan decided he could not go to the race. Our winner from last week for the Atlanta tickets. So look for a giveaway for the ones that possibly have entered or have a whole new giveaway this weekend for those 2 NASCAR Xfinity Series passes for the Atlanta race on September 7th, 2024. So that is that. So make sure you hit the like button on this video. Tell me who you think is going to win in the comments below this week. Who you got to win. What do you think of the thoughts on Austin Dillon and all that stuff with Joey Logano and all that stuff too. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hit the like, hit the subscribe for all NASCAR content here on the Go at CeeLo. Until next time, guys, we will see you at the races and in the streams Let's go to Michigan and have some fun. And this 2 mile track should be fun. Let's go.